partner providers that we work with at TCU are IES and CIEE. Those providers work specifically with programs across the globe that we don't work with. So if you're looking at programs that you may be interested in that aren't in Spain, aren't in Italy, and aren't in England, IES and CIEE are the program providers to look at. We chose to work with CIE and IES over other providers for a long list of reasons. Some of the most important reasons were they met our criteria for housing, they met our criteria for having staff on site that could assist students in a variety of needs and situations. And in addition to that, in terms of a risk management standpoint, they really understood how to handle emergencies, student issues, student conflicts in a way that we were comfortable with. Scholarships and financial aid that you're receiving for full semester programs at TCU should apply to any full semester programs you choose with IES or CIEE. You have an opportunity to apply for merit scholarships or for need-based scholarships that are offered by TCU. In addition to that, working with IES and CIEE, you have access to their scholarship funds, so you can apply for additional funding from them. To apply for a CIE and IES program, one of the best things you can do is to come in for advising with our office first. Meeting with an advisor in the Center for International Studies is a great place to start. The reason for that is there are going to be certain parts of your application process that are going to go through our office, that are going to be through TCU. Meeting those requirements first is probably the best way to start, because then after that you're going to do the more involved application with IES and CIEE. Their applications are going to include things like your transcript, what kind of housing you might be interested in, what kind of language experience do you have. They're going to do all of those very specific things you would expect in an application process. We require more of the general information and making sure you have everything you need from TCU to participate in one of these programs. One of the best things about partner programs is the amount of destinations that it opens up to our students. So if you have a place in the world you know you are particularly interested in studying, that's a great time to ask about partner programs and find out if there is that location elsewhere. Even if you're not sure that it would be the right fit for you, talking about it is a good place to start. TCU's role with partner programs really comes down to a support role. We make sure that our students have their questions answered about how the TCU side of things will work. The students that tend to do really well on our partner program are incredibly independent students. The reason I say that is not because the student needs to be outgoing by any means, or that the student needs to have the self-confidence to do the program at the very beginning. It's more that they're interested in doing something that will involve being on a more independent program in terms of going by yourself. For a lot of our students that do partner programs, they're the only TCU student going to that particular destination. When you arrive at an IES or CIE program, you're going to meet the other students who have signed up for the program from across the United States. So when you get there, you really have to have that mindset of you're making your friends and your support system once you arrive. You don't really have an opportunity to do that before you leave. Another thing that works really well for our students on partner programs is they need to have a high level of flexibility. The reason for that is depending on the location they choose, there may be variations in how housing works or in when they get their class schedule or needing to get classes approved even after they've arrived on site via email. And in addition to that, they don't have the TCU contact that they may have with the TCU in program. They're going to have to go through other resources and other people to get the answers they need before they can actually contact us, because there's not a whole lot that we can do once they're abroad.